We're Laura and Jesse, two full-time vintage resellers who spend our days searching through secondhand shops for hidden treasures that are worth big money. This summer, we are taking on our biggest challenge yet, 100 thrift stores in 100 days. We'll be road tripping all across the Pacific Northwest, digging through thrift stores, uncovering discarded treasures. We'll share what the items are really worth and see if we can complete all 100 stores before the summer ends. Will we make it? And what will be the most valuable thing we find? Join us for the adventure. It's going to be an incredible summer thrifting, and you know it will be filled with lots of fun. Here it is, the first thrift store of this entire series and summer.
We're here at Wilsonville Goodwill, one of our favorites.
$6.99. It's artist signed on the bottom. It does have kind of a crack in the top though. It's, I think, part of when it was actually made, just a natural flaw. It's very pretty though. Probably a newer production, but this is a very beautiful vase. $6.99, made in China. Has kind of a cool texture to it and shape. Here's another one. That's actually a really nice little set. I'm not gonna get it because they're newer, but very cool design on them. There is a ton of clear glass at this location today. Way more than usual. Usually it's probably about a quarter of a row. Ooh, got some glass blocks.
And there's not enough to do anything with.
They're half off though. They're priced at $4.99 each, and so they're only $2.50.
These are all vases or piggy banks or something like that. They have holes cut in them. They're new, so they're not actually meant for building.
Oh yeah.
These are though.
I see. Okay, I actually like. Oh, it's got a huge chip in it. Bummer. I was gonna say I actually like this one, and it looked like a nice piece of glass. I'm just gonna try to find the other one. Oh, baby, we got a row to ourselves. This never happens. We can take our sweet time here. This oak wine rack looks interesting. Might have kind of a cool shape. It reminds me of our coffee tables, actually, that we've had in the past.
Looks 90s or 80s, right?
Yeah. Oh, half off. It's only $5. That is definitely
Just needs a little cleanup, and I think it's good, right?
Perfect. Let's get it. Technically, we've already filled the cart in the first stop.
It's like a coconut football.
Interesting.
Here, go along, babe. Let me throw it.
Okay, what is going on here? Faux embroidery with these little dots. That probably took someone a long time to do it, actually. So you can see here where there's no dots. So it probably, you just match the pattern with the colors.
So look at this. I think it's an old oil lamp that somebody's converted at one point to have an actual socket on top.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
How much is it?
$6.99. And I'm looking online. It looks like you can find it. It's all like an oil lamp, original condition. There's not a lot of margin there. This is kind of cool.
It is very cool. I like that they converted it and made it something functional. It's definitely an attractive little piece. $6.99 though, and it doesn't have a lampshade. What if you added that lampshade? That's cute. It's a contemporary piece, but it has an actual glass lampshade. I might actually be getting this. How much is it? $9.99. I think that's worth it for a glass shade. I have so many cute little lamps that don't have shades. I'll probably just donate back this piece.
If this comes off.
Yeah, let's see how it's made inside. Technically, this wouldn't count as a resale item because it would be for ourselves.
It's like some kind of Amazon lamp. It's like battery powered. Oh, it's Magnolia.
Okay, so I looked it up and I actually saw a few online that were selling for over $70. So it could be a Magnolia piece that's been sold out for a while, and that always drives up the price.
Yeah.
So for $10, we're gonna get it. We're gonna switch it out and put one of our own cute vintage lamps underneath that shade. Here's a pair of beautiful pillows. Love the little tassels on them and the birds, very botanical and whimsical. This one is $6.99. And then there's a second one here. Beautiful. This one is also $6.99 and it's got some really interesting tassels. It's a Pier 1, which some of these pieces can actually go for a lot because they've closed down a lot of their stores. I can't remember if they're completely gone or if they have a few stores, but these are in really, really good condition. They're beautiful. Well, there's always a first, and this is my first car wash haul of my life. I wish you could see what was happening in front of us right now. You're about to see it on the side.
Well, if you've been in a car wash, you know what's happening.
This is true. We just thought we'd go ahead and do two things at once, and we needed to get the car washed, and we were going to do our haul. So the Pier 1 pillows are beautiful. They're in really good condition. They look brand new, but they're actually from before they went online only, and they would have probably originally retailed for around $35 to $40 each pillow. So I think we got them for a really good price. They're in perfect condition. I don't see any staining or anything like that. I don't know if we're going to be able to get 30 to 40 per pillow, but I think we can at least double our money and get 20, 25 per pillow. I love mixing newer products with older products. I just think if you have everything new in your home, it just doesn't have as much charm and character as antiques and vintage items. So taking something like this where you really want something that's maybe current and well made, pop it onto something that has a little bit more character and a little bit more charm. I think that's a really great way to do it. And we've got the oak wine rack in the back, and I think we can get at least, I'd say $40, $45 for that wine rack.
Nice little first car wash haul.
I don't think it's actually a wine holder, is it? The wine bottle would be very slanted. I think it probably had some type of a test tube in it.
A termite core?
Termite core? Oh man, it's actually signed. HAK, $2.99. Kind of like it. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out who HAK is. It is a wine bottle holder. It just seems like that would be at a really odd angle. Okay, so you actually have it rocking. So, well, you don't rock it, you're lying, but you have it upside down. So it sits like
the neck right there, and then it just kind of balances.
Let's get it, because I want to test it out and see how it works. Oh, this is heavy. That's a pretty cool candle holder. Made in China, $12.99. Now this is clear glass that I can get behind. This is a mid-century ashtray. It is $7.99. It's not half off, but that's definitely worth it. And then this little flower dish is very pretty. I think it's somewhat newer, but it has a really beautiful shape and design to it, and it is half off. We'll probably be able to figure out where it's from underneath that tag, but we're gonna go ahead and get it for $2.50. It's kind of cool, looks like ice. $3.99. I'm gonna Google Lens that and see if I can figure out who the maker is on it first. So it's a newer piece of glass. I wanna see if you can guess who you think made it.
Dave Anderson?
Nope.
Is it like a company?
It's a company. We got wedding stuff from them when we registered.
Oh, the Crate and Barrel?
Yep, Crate and Barrel. Probably worth around $30.
You like that one?
The bowl, it's got a brass base and it looks enamel. Almost looks like a lid. It's $4.99. It looks very similar to the white and sterling silver one that I found recently. That's obviously not a high quality metal, but it's pretty interesting. Gonna pass on it because that's actually damage to the enamel, sadly. I'm gonna put this over with the other ones so it doesn't get missed.
Reuniting the family.
Just making sure they get noticed. These little polka dot ones are actually really cute. I like those. $1.99 each. Oh, each one's different. It's just kind of nice, I guess, if you want to know whose cup is whose. This cookie jar is kind of funny because it has fruit on it, so young kids would probably not think it was full of cookies, except then it outs itself by saying cookies.
I know, if your kid can't read, I guess. Doing some math. I was actually pretty quick at a 10 key.
Were you really?
Yeah.
I believe it.
I had it down.
You were an office guy before your thrifting days. This little clock's probably not worth much, maybe $10, $15, but it's actually kind of cute. I think it could be cute styled up in the right space. It is half off. We're still gonna pass. These are kind of cool mid-century chairs. They're in pretty rough shape and they're not high quality, but I like the backs on them. Again, if it was refinished. Just the 3 items. We got the wine holder, we've got the mid-century glass ashtray. I think this is definitely the most valuable of the 3. And then this beautiful bowl. Again, I think this is newer and I try not to buy too many items that are not vintage, but I think the design on it is really beautiful and it feels like a really well-made, kind of high quality item.
I think there might be a sticker underneath the Goodwill sticker.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's find out right now. We don't even have to wait. We are on our way to our next thrift store and it is just across the street from the Goodwill, so I don't have long, but I have enough time. Marshalls! Hopefully it went to Marshalls from a higher end store. You know, Marshalls does get some stuff from good shops.
You know what? Not everything needs to be super valuable.
Yes.
Marshalls has some nice stuff that will look good and has good design, right?
Exactly.
Same with Ross, same with all those places.
And it was actually $2.50 because it was half off because it was a green tag, so not a bad price.
All right, next we're at the Ray of Hope Community Thrift Store, just down the street from the Goodwill in Woodburn.
Let's go see what they got. I always look at this back shelf first because this is where they pull nicer items, and this is where my friend Heather found 3 Catherine Home pots for like $15. Ooh, I love the shape on this mirror. That's really cool. It's pretty rustic, primitive, not some super high quality mirror, but $4. I don't know, it's held together with staples. Maybe not. I just really liked this top section, but not quite good enough. Here's an elk watercolor print. What about these maybe ladies bowling pin lamps? Doesn't that look like a bowling pin? It's a quality product. How can you say no to a quality product?
Made in Taiwan.
Then it says Chino, California. So maybe that's where it was sold out of.
Yeah.
$5. Is that a fish?
It's missing its head.
Oh my gosh, I was like, what's wrong with it? I thought that was his mouth and his fin was right there. That's funny. Oh, that's too bad. Vintage Avon, $4. Oh, it's a rainbow trout. This is kind of funny. With a little banana on the end. Man, this makes me want to go to the county fair and get one of the giant lemonades. Doesn't that make you think of the county fair?
Yes.
The pricing is really good here. We don't find a lot here, but the pricing's significantly less than at Goodwill's. I think we're gonna get these. It's both of these. Don't have any chips or cracks. Oh, those are beautiful. And this one's not bad either. Artist signed, also only $1.50. I don't see any chips or cracks. Awesome, we'll get those 3.
Little guy.
Yeah, let's check out the little guy. Also artist signed, and it's only $1. Will you do the little flip test?
So
That sounds like it has a crack. That's a good sound. That sounds like it has a crack. That one's good. That one's good. Okay. Oh, wait, that sounded okay there.
I don't know how it works on pottery. I know it works on glass really well.
Okay, we're gonna get them. We're gonna get all of them. We'll take the lot. Wow, those are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There are a whole bunch of these.
What's up with that?
It's just color variation. These are beautiful too. See, they make new stuff to look like this. Oh, there we go. We've got our real signature. Ooh, I got research to do in the car. That was actually a much better stop than usual. We have found a few really good things over the years, but I would say 8 out of 10 times we walk out empty-handed. Not today. Today's our day. I'm very excited about this pottery. I can tell it's really well made. The signature on the back looks familiar, but I can't quite see what it says. It looks like it's D-U-Y-L-E on this one, or maybe Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L-E.
Maybe they're all individually made by somebody else.
Somebody different.
It's Daryl, his brother Daryl, and his other brother Daryl.
And Doyle. Doyle. What if it says Doyle? But that doesn't really look like an O. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna find out. Stay tuned till the end of the episode. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. Okay, we don't need any more wine bottle holders. I don't know if that's what this is, or is that for shoes? Shine your shoes on? I have no idea what it's for. But I think that we are good on wine holders unless we find something amazing.
We nearly don't have enough wine for all the wine racks we have.
Teak? I actually do think those are teak plates. We're gonna get that whole stack. That's a beautiful one too. This one is signed teak, made in Thailand, $3.99.
It's like got that lacquer, it's still sticky almost.
Ooh, it's still sticky.
It just feels, you know what I mean?
Well, it's just shiny. It's kind of a cool shape to it. $9.99. Yeah, we don't want it if it's still sticky. Nice terracotta, a little pitcher. Oh, this one's cracked. Big chip on that one. That's too bad. I don't think it's that old. $6.99. So they don't have corks, but I have tons of corks back at home. But these two sake jugs, I looked them up because I don't know a lot about sake jugs, and they seem to be selling for $50 or $60 each. They're green, $6.99, so they're half off. I think that's worth grabbing. I can find corks at home in my stash.
Also, if you can read Japanese, let us know what these say.
We have a crate full of plates. Successful stop. Now we're headed to the next one. Whoa, what are you? Look at this old floor lamp.
Plastic
or lucite?
Yeah, might be
That
lucite.
is really cool. $39.99. Gotta do some research before I pay that for it, but that is cool. I'm pretty excited about this lamp. You know, I was gonna try not to buy too many lamps today, but I figured one giant one instead of a lot of small ones.
It's weird. They almost seem like too new.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a texture inside that makes me think it's new. It's marked maybe 800. What's that one marked?
800.
This is a nice piece of art glass. It looks very similar to a vase actually that I found quite a few years ago that ended up being worth a couple hundred. This one's $14.99. The bottom's not polished, so I don't know if it's Murano. Still a beautiful piece of art glass. I think that's definitely worth picking up. To cook a banana in here? I'm very curious. What is that giant shoe for?
Spice rack.
That's what you'd use that for, a spice rack. love the hands on it.
Like
Numbers are just okay.
It's like someone took a parquet flooring and turned it into a clock.
Truly. It's actually surprisingly heavy. It's got a backing on it. $9.99.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Love it. We just came around the corner and both of us at the same time gasped. Look at this chunky beauty. That's coming home with us right now. That was a pretty successful first day out for our series this summer. I feel real good about it. It's a backseat down day.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, I stole your line.
Backseat down day.
I beat you to it.
That's a good start for the first.
Absolutely. We don't have as many backseat down days as we used to. And I know a lot of you who've been following for a long time are like, why in the world do you not have your van right now? Jesse, tell them why we don't have our van right now.
Diesel's very expensive. That's one reason.
That's the main reason. We usually only take the car if it's within an hour, and then we take our van if it's further than an hour. Technically, today we're further than an hour. Why else don't we have our van?
Because it's due for a service, and it needs to go into the shop and have its service done.
I'm just thrilled. Today was fun too.
It was good. This is our first time thrifting locally since we've returned from our latest group trips. So it was nice to have a good day on your first day.
You haven't seen our Norway, Denmark, and Sweden vlog yet. I actually thought that I was going to be ruined and have no fun ever thrifting again in my life at home because the thrifting was so insanely good. I cannot wait for you to see those videos. But I was very pleasantly surprised today.
What's your favorite thing you got today, Laura?
The coffee table. For sure, the coffee table.
Yeah, the coffee table's pretty cool. I think we both saw it. We both gasped. You were like, well, this is coming home. And I was probably like, how are we going to fit this in the car?
I knew it would fit.
Ended up fitting just fine. It's not even a problem. It's pretty easy.
I wish that it would work in our home because I know we both really like it. There's just something about those chunky kind of curved legs mixed with the live edge. It's got a great look to it. But we already know it won't work for our home because sadly it's a little bit too low for us. So we're gonna flip it, which is good because that means we'll actually make some money on it. You can't keep everything. How much do you think we're gonna be able to sell that for?
Let's see, we paid $80, which is kind of paying up a little bit, but I think we're gonna get $400 for it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if you went to a local woodworker and you had something custom made like that, it would run you easily over $1,000. And they're very hard to find with a good design aesthetic. So many times when we find these live edge tables, they have a very thick resin on them. This one does have a resin coating, but it's not as bad and it's not turned from like nicotine smoke or anything weird like that. As you can see, the coffee table is significantly lower than the one that we already have, and I just think it's too small and too low to work with our space. However, I think it's gonna look absolutely killer styled up in the right home. So we'll get this staged, photographed, and listed to sell locally, and hopefully we'll have some updates for you very soon. So I'm thinking of using something kind of rustic. This is just one of quite a few different options that I have of smaller lamps that could use a new shade. Now I'd still have to figure out the mounting, but I kind of think that could work. I think something along these lines could look really good. This one looks almost like a Q, right? Each one of these, it does look a little bit different.
Q-U-Y-L-E. Is that a word?
I don't know. That one almost looks more like an O or an A. Some of them look more like a D. What does this say, everybody? Help us. We have no idea. I think our goal with this series this summer is we're going to be doing these quick videos so we can get them out so you can see them right away. And then we're going to be doing a recap, a full recap at the end of the summer. Once we hopefully hit all 100 thrift stores within 100 days, we are going to tell you what some of these like bigger items ended up selling for, the higher end items. That'll give us time to get these items cleaned up and listed and sold in our first Friday sales. And then we can kind of go over like what were our big winners of this summer series. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, and it's going to be really fun. I might even reuse our little customs tool that I made and create a separate list of all these items that we bought and document the price and all that stuff and keep them separate from normal inventory so we can really add them up quickly.
That's a really great idea. And for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, you haven't seen it yet. That's why you don't know what he's talking about. When we came back from our Scandinavia trip, we had so many items that we actually had to do an entire spreadsheet for customs rather than what we typically did where we just kind of collected all the receipts and knew how much we spent. We needed to actually document what the materials were, how much we paid, which country it came from. So anyways, you'll see more on our spreadsheet later. Well, as you can see behind us, we are on a road trip. We're headed to some beautiful nature right now. We have a couple days that we are spending with some good friends of ours, and then we are thrifting our way back to Portland, Oregon. That'll be an episode 2.
I'm really excited for this series. We've been talking about it for the last few weeks, maybe 6 weeks or so. We kind of came up with what we can do this summer. Maybe we do 100 thrift stores in 100 days. It kind of came to us and we thought that was a cool idea. I'm really excited because I think we're really going to get outside our local area in the Pacific Northwest, and we're really going to get to some areas we haven't been to in a long time. I want to get to Tri-Cities, maybe.
Yes, I love the Tri-Cities.
Yeah, maybe the Southern Oregon coast.
I really would love to go to some new places. So there's a lot of these areas that we haven't thrifted at in years we're going to make sure we get to. But I really want to go to some new places because we explore the world and we need to explore our own backyard. So if you have recommendations, we're looking for, animal rescue thrift stores. Everything has to be a thrift store though. We are not counting antique stores at all in this series. So if you have recommendations for any thrift stores in your area, or maybe you know a really good spot you've never seen us go to on this channel, anywhere in Oregon and Washington is on the table. So put it in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Maybe you run a thrift store and you really want us to come and feature your store. Put it in the comments below because we might show up one day in the next 99 days. I got a feeling it's going to be a good summer.
So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss all these awesome episodes we have coming up. We'll even create a little playlist that they'll all be linked to, so it'll be easy to go back and find episodes and watch them in order too, because I know it's fun to watch things in a timeline.
Thanks for hanging out with us today for episode 1, and we will see you very soon in the next episode.